Well, now, I never thought I'd see it just about freeze down here in San Diego in the morning, but I could see my breath. It's cold out here in San Diego. It's almost like winter back in the Northeast, you know? So, comments. Yeah, I'm not putting up with it anymore. Oh, well, you're not allowed to spread your Calvinist stuff, so we're gonna put our book on your video. Right, that's fair. So I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna write a comment just because Google Plus lets me do it, that basically hijacks somebody else's video to put your book on it without even any answer. Well, let me show you all my points. The weird thing is, I made a video on Romans chapter 9, and Ron, um, Wayne, you two, you just get on my videos, and because you are so passionate about your Arminianism, you'll sit here and you'll write paragraph after paragraph and put tons of proof text in there that I've answered in other videos. And since I don't have time to answer every single proof text, I do videos on specific proof texts, like Romans chapter 9. And when you come on my video and give me proof text from John chapter 12, draws all men, or proof text with no linking it to anything that I've said on Romans chapter 9, then basically you hijacked my video, didn't answer anything that I said on my video, just came out and spread your truth. And because you are so passionate about hating Calvinism, you think that you're actually right in doing so. That's not right. That's not good discourse. That's why when you put 15 to 20 different verses, proof texts that have nothing to do with Romans 9 on my Romans 9 video, then I have to stop, go to your proof text. God draws all men. Oh, well, hold on a second. In this way, he was lifted up. Very next sentence. He was lifted up so that all men in the whole world could see him. It doesn't say, it said that he brought salvation to the world. That's true. But it's also true that he was Jewish, and the Messiah wasn't lifted up so the whole world could see him. The Jews thought that the Messiah was for them. He was lifted up on the cross to show something that baffled the Jews, and the salvation went out to all men. Not all Jewish men, all men from all nations. Not every single person, because we know for a fact that all men were not drawn to him. How do we know that? Because the Pharisees weren't drawn to him, and they're part of all men. American Indians, they didn't even know him. There were people who were practicing other religions that didn't want anything to do with Christ. The gospel had to go out to call these people. And those who God gave ears to hear had prepared their hearts. And we see this with Philip, don't we? With the eunuch. Remember Philip with the Ethiopian eunuch? Black guy, right? Starts reading the gospel. He's from somewhere in Africa. And he's not even, the Jewish race is probably brown, maybe kind of dark, but he's definitely not from the Jewish race, and the Jewish race definitely frowns upon. And there's a lot of racism going on in the Jewish world. It's not that all Jews are racist, but it's just because they think they're the chosen people. But here he is, this Ethiopian eunuch from somewhere else in the world, and somehow or another he's reading Jewish texts about Isaiah. And Philip happened to be there. God had prepared this man's heart before Philip had even started to talk to him. God had been drawing the Ethiopian eunuch before Philip even got there. Then Philip explained to this Ethiopian eunuch what he was reading. But God had planned the way for him and had him in his heart. I would love to meet this man and shake his hand, because he was chosen from the beginning of time, and he knows it. And just so happened that God had prepared his heart, just as he does all the people in the earth that are going to come to him. And the gospel is to be called out. Jesus was lifted up so that all men could see him, but not all men came to him. But I don't have time to sit here and explain to you why you keep using the word all and all men. And it has nothing to do with Romans chapter 9. because you're not even I'm sitting here talking about Jacob I loved, Esau I hated. Oh, by the way, God draws all men. Does that have anything to do with? No. It's trying to prove that something that's not even provable, especially when the very next text says Jesus is going to be lifted up so the whole world sees him. It doesn't say every single person. It doesn't even make sense. You know that all men don't come to Jesus. If he drew all men to him, then all men would come to Jesus. It doesn't make any logical sense. But it does make sense in the context of when I say to somebody that Jesus is going to not just draw Jews to him, but people from all throughout the nations, and he was hung on a cross. Now that makes perfect sense. So now I've addressed that particular John chapter 12. Now if you come on and start making videos about Romans chapter 9 after I made a video on John chapter 12, then I have to stop what I'm doing. And everybody else sees your comments, and it distracts them from me being able to teach anybody anything. So you want to get in the way of my teaching, which is logical. It's absolutely sensible. And if you have an argument with it, I will go point for point for you. But I am not going to let you write a book on my videos. No, you're not going to do it. If you want to answer me considering all men, the only objection you have is all means all, all means all, all means all. That's your only answer. It doesn't. It's obvious it doesn't. So now you can cry about it, or you can give me some sort of idea as how this isn't so. Well, it is because you assert it. That isn't good enough, pal. You're going to have to learn how to do, instead of interpreting the Bible and shoving your truth down your false truths down everybody's throats, and then because you don't agree with it, you're going to come up with proof texts that aren't really proof texts. You're going to learn that that you might be mad at me, you might be upset with me, you might say, well, he doesn't allow comments. No, I certainly do. I don't allow books. You want to make a point on Romans 9? No problem. You want to make a point on my video on John chapter 12? No problem. Don't go to one video of mine, not watch it, give me all your baloney points, and then not watch any of my other videos or make any points on my other videos. You people, if you think that you don't stink, I'm sorry, you do, and you're gone. Off my channel. Bye. Nobody has ever been able to refute me. Oh, well, you don't allow comments. Oh, yes, I do allow them. Just like any talk radio show. You notice that when somebody starts trying to shove 50 points into the host's face, the host stops them and go, whoa, 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 whoa. I'm not letting you get away with that point. I'm going to answer that point. And just because they do that, you're going to get upset. Well, the truth of the matter is they should be able to do that. Why should they let somebody come on their radio show and just shove all their talking points? It's not right, is it? God bless.